I wanted to talk about happiness today. It seems that our society is pretty obsessed with happiness, becoming happy. Are we happy? Are we not happy? And in the leadership realm, the place where I operate most professionally, we speak about meaning or purpose. Am I happy in this career? Am I doing the right thing in terms of how I'm spending my professional effort and attention? And most of the time when we're talking about happiness, we're talking about circumstance. We're talking about whether or not we have the right things, we've accomplished the right goals, we have the partner we want, the family we want, the experiences we want. And most of the time we talk about achieving happiness as a result of getting things, of experiencing things. And it's so correlated that we really start to believe that happiness comes from these things. When we look back and we try to assess whether we are happy, whether in our personal lives or in our professional lives, we do that through an evaluation. We do that through an assessment of, well, here's where I wanted to be and here's where I am. And hence, I'm either happy or not happy. I'm either satisfied or not satisfied. What I heard a while ago that now is starting to make more and more sense is from a TED Talk that speaks to the difference between the experiencing self and the remembering self, and the implications of these two selves, as they describe them, in assessing our happiness. And so the experiencing self is the in the moment experience of happiness. It's the moment by moment engagement with life and how we experience it. And that happiness or well-being is not correlated with the remembering self happiness. And the remembering self happiness is based on memory. It's based on comparison. It's based on our expectation versus what we remember about how life has gone. So in this TED Talk, and I'll link the TED Talk below, it speaks to the happiness of the moment, the living the life that's here right now, versus the happiness about our life, about how we are perceiving our life now based on what we remember in the past. What they found from the research was that they have very low correlation. How happy we are moment to moment is not correlated necessarily with how we think about our life, how happy we are about how our life has gone up until this point. And so the more I reflected on this and the more I reflected on the new lens of the fact that our experience of life fluctuates from moment to moment, that it's not dependent on whatever circumstance we're having in that moment, but rather about how we're thinking about that circumstance in the moment. Happiness and this question around, well, how happy am I? How happy am I in this career? How happy am I in my life? Started to really sound strange or silly, because how do I answer that question? And when I started to add to this question, this additional research that how happy we are in the moment is not correlated or has very low correlation to the happiness we say we are, how happy we say we are based on how we think about our life, it really starts kind of messing with your mind. It starts messing with this so common question of, am I happy? In a moment's time, I could feel great about my career and the next moment feel pretty crappy about my career. And so depending on my memory to decide whether I'm happy or not happy seems quite nebulous, quite not concrete. It's kind of, even that changes moment to moment. And so when we ask ourselves, are we happy? It almost feels like the wrong question, a futile question. Well, what is happiness, from the experiencing self or the remembering self? And the remembering self, from what state of mind is that remembering self? Is it the state of mind that picks up all the memories that make us say, oh, I'm happy? Or is it the remembering self from a state of mind that is not happy in the moment and so picks up all of the reasons why we're unhappy? And what does that mean to all of this chasing happiness? All of this needing to have something, accomplish something, do something in order to be happy. If our natural state is happiness, our natural state is joy, our natural state is peace. When it comes to our careers and leadership and are we happy, I think that's much less useful than what do I want to do? What am I inclined to experience? Not from a feeling perspective, but from a what do I want to be up to in this life that I have? How do I want to spend my time? Because experience from a feeling perspective fluctuates and changes based on so many different variables. And our happiness in the moment is so different than our happiness as an assessment of the past or a projection in the future. And so what we're left with is, what do I want to be up to in my life? What do I want to create? And go do that.